Change can be risky, and Cracker Barrel just learned that the hard way. The company lost nearly $100 million in value overnight after unveiling a brand new logo, sparking a wave of reactions across the markets and the internet. What set off such a dramatic response? Let's break it down, and you'll see why this story has everyone talking. Cracker Barrel's decision to retire its classic logo, a familiar image of a man in overalls, lovingly called Uncle Herschel, leaning on a barrel, shocked loyal fans. The new logo is minimalist, featuring only the company's name in a fresh typeface. When this change hit the public on Thursday, the market responded instantly. Cracker Barrel's shares dipped by $4.22, a hefty 7.2% drop, closing at $54.80. During the day, the stock briefly plummeted to $50.27, at which point the company's market value had contracted by as much as $200 million before partially rebounding. On Friday, the stock initially showed signs of recovery, but old habits die hard. By closing time, shares had slipped even further, albeit by a modest 40 cents. This ongoing volatility reveals the stakes at play when a beloved brand tries to reinvent itself. But here's where it gets controversial. Shareholders weren't just reacting to aesthetics. Cracker Barrel has been on a mission to modernize its overall image, rolling out new menu options and updating store interiors, all steps away from its 55-year legacy as a nostalgic country store. The company itself says the original logo represented the community spirit of the old country store experience, where people gathered to share stories and connect. Logo redesigns don't usually cause Wall Street panic, but, as one expert pointed out, these are anything but ordinary times. Big branding moves can now trigger fierce cultural debates. Cracker Barrel's CEO, Julie Fels-Massino, openly admitted last year that the company wasn't as relevant as we once were, promising updates to both the menu and overall vibe. The company insists the essence of Cracker Barrel is unchanged, even if the visuals have shifted. The organization has emphasized that Uncle Herschel will remain a central figure in restaurant decor and on menus, hoping to reassure nervous fans that its core values are intact. In its August 18th release, the company described the redesigned logo as a return to its iconic barrel shape and wordmark. But is that enough to calm the skeptics? And this is the part most people miss. The backlash isn't just about design. It's about identity. On social media, some conservative voices, like podcast host Matt Walsh, slammed the new logo as generic and accused the company of going woke, sparking a back and forth over whether Cracker Barrel sacrificed tradition for political correctness. Brand strategist Kelly O'Keefe argues the update is simply about streamlining an overly busy logo, but acknowledges that even apolitical changes get politicized these days. Others went further. Marketing veteran Kevin Dahlstrom called the brand refresh a fiasco and warned that erasing beloved symbols from a company people truly care about is marketing's cardinal sin. When customers feel a deep sense of ownership in a brand, as many do with Cracker Barrel, alienating them can be risky business. Founded in 1969, Cracker Barrel has built a presence with nearly 660 corporate-owned restaurants across the nation. It saw explosive growth in the 1990s, but lately things have slowed. In 2024, the company's revenues edged up by less than 1% to $3.5 billion, but profits tumbled to $40.9 million, less than half of last year's $99 million. The latest quarter saw small gains, with revenue at $821.1 million, barely higher than before. Despite this week's drama, Cracker Barrel stock is up 7% in 2025 so far, reaching $55.42 by Friday morning. Yet it's a far cry from its 2018 peak, when shares topped $180. Now the big question: has Cracker Barrel lost its way? Or is this just the price you pay for staying relevant? Is dumping a historic logo a sign of progress or a misstep in brand stewardship? Let's hear your thoughts. Was the rebrand overdue, totally unnecessary, or something else? Does changing a logo really undermine a brand's soul? Or is this all just noise? Share your take in the comments. This debate is only just getting started.